Yo, what's going on, Cowboys fans? Hey, good morning. Feeling good in this DC weather. I'm a little actually under the weather. Been yelling at those kids and allergies. And something's going on goofy with my voice, but nonetheless, I'm here pushing through, ready to talk about this 2019 schedule. So I'm on my way to work, and actually got some really cool things to let you guys know about. First and foremost, got some draft content coming. Got my last mock. I'll be all over the internet on draft day. Obviously, we don't have a first round pick, so I won't be going live that day. I'll just kind of be enjoying it. And then when we do our pick, obviously, I'll give you guys my recap. I started this channel based off the draft, so you guys know that I do that now. With us not picking till 58, this process, it hasn't really been a dud, but I haven't really went in like I really wanted to. I do have a new mock draft coming up for you all. It'll be my last one. Then I'll do a couple more topics, and then before you know it, next week is draft week. So, what's today's date? The 18th. So next week we're drafting. So next Friday. So it is what it is. And then I got some more good news. So this past, it's actually like a really big accomplishment. All you guys who have been with me musically, this past Tuesday, I was able to do a tiny desk with this band called Toro EMY. And you guys will see some pictures right now coming up on the screen. And it was a really good experience. For those of you who don't know what tiny desk is, you could Google it or YouTube it. It's basically just a really cool performance that NPR does, National Public Radio. And you go up on a desk and you just jam. And the band Toro EMY is a really cool group. They've inspired me a lot. They've inspired Foots and Cold Sound a whole lot. So to be able to do that was like very big for me. A couple of you guys commented and saw it, and I think that's huge. And I appreciate you guys. I really, really do. So be on the lookout for that. And just, guys, listen, I can't do anything without you all. So, me being independent and me making music, making videos on my own, you guys spreading this is amazing to me. And spreading the Foots and Coles page, spreading my YouTube channel, spreading the Foots and Coles YouTube channel, listening on Spotify, doing all those cool things. I'm thankful. I really am. All right, guys, so enough of that. Let's get into this schedule talk. So the 2019 schedule is, I got a really good feeling about this year. I do. Now, I said around free agency time, my whole thing was I don't think that there was much change within the NFC East. Like, Eli Manning is still the quarterback of the Giants. The Redskins really have Case Keenum as their starter slotted. They don't know what quarterback they'll be able to get in the draft. And the Eagles, I like the Eagles. I don't love the Eagles. I think that their secondary sucks. Carson Wentz hasn't been healthy. Let's just be honest. He hasn't played a full season in the NFL. So, and Dallas, I feel like, kind of has Wentz's number. Like, he's not a Cowboy killer. So, I say all that to say, I don't really see a shift of power in the NFC East. Like, I just don't. So, as I go through the schedule, week 1 against the Giants, that's a win. The Giants lost Odell Beckham. Their O-line is still their O-line. Eli Manning is not getting younger. He's just okay. Actually, he's on the decline, so I think that's a win. I think at the Skins, week 2 is a win. I think at Miami, or I don't know if we're at Miami or if we play in Dallas, but I think when we play Miami, I think that's a win. So I think the Cowboys will jump out 3-0. I just do. Now, I think our first hurdle could possibly be at the Saints. I think that the Cowboys can beat the Saints, but it's a toss-up game when you're playing against a coach like Sean Payton, who's just, let's be honest, he's a really, really good coach. he's not going to let what happened last year happen this year. He just won't let it happen. So that could be our first stumble. I do think, however, that we will beat Green Bay. So my thing with Green Bay, something's just not right in that organization. Whether it's with Rodgers, the way they fire McCarthy, all this back and forth, something's not right. Aaron Rodgers has been injury prone. I just like Dallas against Green Bay. I really do. The Jets win. The Jets are still in rebuild mode. Sam Darnold, he's okay. They'll have Le'Veon. I'm not worried. Still need to protect Le'Veon. A team like the Jets, who was a big player in free agency, they still have to learn how to win. And that's kind of what the Cowboys had to do last year. We had to learn how to win. And it's something to be said to that. So, in that, I think that the Cowboys will beat the Jets. I just do. I think they'll be a good team, but I think they will beat the Jets. I got us beating Philly in October. Like I said, Amari Cooper owned Philly last year. Philly's always going to be tough. That's really a toss-up game. But I like my team against Carson Wentz. I don't know what it is. I like the Cowboys against the Eagles. They don't really like a team like the Giants is weird. A team like the Giants scare me more than Philly. I don't know why. I like us. We swept Philly last year. I think that possibly will sweep them again. We're a better team, top to bottom. Then you get the bye, week 8. All right, so that's a good week 8. That's a great time to have the bye. Then you got the Giants. I think that's a W. The Minnesota game is tricky. So Minnesota is not an opponent. And guys, sorry about my voice if you can't hear me. I'm trying to push through. Minnesota is not they're not an opponent that we normally see. So that could be a game where we go back and forth. Like, I think that we could beat Kirk Cousins. Dallas really owns Kirk Cousins, but it's still kind of a toss-up to me. Detroit, I think that we'll beat Detroit because Detroit hasn't been successful in years. Now, the end of the schedule, after we get Cole Beasley revenge and we beat Buffalo on Thanksgiving Day, because Josh Allen is their quarterback. Again, some of these teams who were big players in free agency, they don't have good offensive line play. They don't know how to win. They have a young quarterback. I didn't like Josh Allen last year coming out the draft, so him and Cole Beasley, I don't think is a good fit for the Buffalo Bills. I really don't. So now what we want to do is finish out the year strong. That Chicago game is going to be tough. That Chicago game is going to be tough. I don't have it with me. I got my notes down. I just didn't write if we were at Chicago or, so you guys jump in the comments. If we're at Chicago, that's going to be a tough game. In the cold, that could possibly be an L. This LA game, I think that we will get Rams revenge. I like that Rams revenge. I think that we will go and beat the Rams. And I think that we'll finish strong and beat Philly and Washington. Where does that leave us at, fans? That leaves us at 12-4. Last year I said 11-5 and people laughed at me. We made the playoffs. So to me, I knew we would go to the playoffs last year. To me, this year, I think that the Cowboys we're just top to bottom. It's about your roster. It's about the way that we're built. I think that because you have to be built, and this is why we need to draft a running back. We can sustain an injury or two and still keep moving. You know what I mean? So in that, I think that looking at the season, I think that the Cowboys can really finish 12-4. I really do. Again, the Saints game scares me a lot because Sean Payton is an amazing coach. The Chicago game scares me just because that defense is amazing, and at Soldier Field would be crazy late in the year when it's 3 degrees. The NFC East teams don't scare me except for Philly, but I just think that we have Philly's number. I think Carson Wentz tries to press when he plays Dallas, and he loses. LA is going to be a tough game, and there may be a team that emerges out of nowhere, but the likelihood of that, who knows? I like Dallas. I think that for all our shortcomings, we're still on the top end of the league, and I think that leaves us at 12-4. Cowboys fans, what do you think? Sorry about my voice. Thank you guys, as always, for liking, sharing, and subscribing. Check the music out. Like I said, I did the Tiny Desk. That was an amazing experience for me. Again, mock draft coming on Monday, okay? Big final mock draft. Gonna do a couple more topics before the draft, and then we're here. Peace.